Good afternoon, Mustangs, and welcome to the first edition of the Millard North Blueview. My name is Jaden Paul, and here with me is Maddie McGee.
In today's episode, we will be covering the new Millard North Blue Crew, administrative changes, students in the foreign exchange program, a softball player's recovery, and a new temperature device.
As the fall sports season begins, students are excited about cheering on their fellow peers. However, this year's student section looks a little different. Dr. Behringer and other students created a group called the Blue Crew to help lead the student section. Blueview reporters Ashley Heisler and Grace Vidlac took a closer look.
Everyone loves Friday night traditions, the chants, the people, the dance team, cheerleaders, and the hard hat. This year, Millard North has implemented a new hard hat tradition, the Blue Crew.
So what we decided is we wanted to make something that was going to be inclusive of all of our students, specifically female students who had not been allowed to be in the front row. Our hard hat tradition is something that we've had for a while. I've enjoyed it. We've had some amazing hard hats that have helped create some good student section spirit. But I thought it was time for an opportunity to be more inclusive and not exclude specifically females in the front row. Ben and Gracie came to me, and they we worked together to create the Blue Crew.
In past years, the hard hat has been passed down from male senior to male junior. This year, there is a group of students leading the chants. 11 people in all, 5 females, 6 males.
Honestly, the hard hat is still here, and it's a good step. I think we're not ruining tradition very much at all. There's still a hard hat, there's still a main person, but we just have more of a support on his side to cheer on Millard North Mustangs.
The Blue Crew also has the responsibility of choosing the themes. With choosing the themes, they have to take in account of everyone's ideas and try to incorporate creative new themes.
We have a group chat, and Gracie will try and come up with the good themes, and then she'll send it out, and we all have a say in whether we like that theme or if we wanted to change it.
By including females in the Millard North Hard Hat team, this has provided an all-around increase in the school spirit during games, especially to games that have not gotten as much attention, such as volleyball, softball, and more.
I think it's a great step in the right direction for inclusivity. I think having girls in the front row is how it always should have been, and I think it's a really good step in the future for sure.
Now that the hard hat team has expanded, student sections will be more equally represented, continuing with strong traditions at Millard North.
So as long as I'm principal, I plan to continue doing something similar to this. I'm always open to feedback from students and our student leaders. And so as we go, if there's things that we need to reflect upon, maybe tweaks or changes, I'm certainly open to that.
This has been Ashley Heisler and Grace Vidlac with the Blueview.
The new school year is upon us, and that means changes in the school. Administrators are hoping to get to Millard North activities and get students excited about being a Mustang. Blueview reporters Gracie Bruckner and Paul Carlson went out to meet with the administrators to learn about their goals.
The new school year is upon us, and there are many new faces in administrative roles. We talked to a few of the new administrators to see what their goal is for the new school year.
Yeah, I hope that we can look back in the May of 2023 as I get up to give the commencement speech, that we can look back and say that our building is very engaged. Our students are engaged in activities, in athletics. That it's a positive experience, that people enjoy coming to Millard North High School. That they're going to miss the experience that they had. That teachers enjoy being here. That they're going to miss the students when they move on.
Along with Dr. Behringer, Mr. Starks, the new assistant principal, has many things he is looking forward to.
I've always enjoyed the interactions with kids, so I'm trying to figure out how do I do that so I'm not just dealing with discipline, I'm not just dealing with the kids get in trouble. I like to be at activities, I like to show up to things, and what I told the freshmen the first day is I want to share in their success. I don't want to just be the person that's coming down on them. I want to be a part of the things that they do well too.
One of the common themes that administrators talked about was being visible at school events. Mr. Malley, the new athletic director, plans to make it a point of attending all Mustang activities.
I plan on being at as many events that students participate in, whether it be a band concert or a show choir concert or a football game or basketball game. they'll visibly be able to see me at a lot of different events.
That I'm here to make this the best school around. And so again, I want a lot of our students to be involved. I want our teachers to be involved. I want our community to be involved. I want them to be excited to be a Mustang.
Overall, the goal is that students feel supported and that their successes are celebrated in and out of the classroom. With the Blue View, this is Gracie Bruckner and Paul Carlson.
Back to school can be a stressful time for some, but an exciting time for others. Being a part of the foreign exchange program means spending a year at a school in America. Myself and Blue View reporter Maritika Mukherjee caught up with 2 students spending their year as a Mustang.
From eating traditional food from the Netherlands to American pizza, field hockey to cross country, and going to bed at a completely different time, one student has gone way out of her comfort zone and is experiencing her first time at an American high school and adjusting to American life. Chris Vonderkratz is a part of the foreign exchange program and is spending her senior year at Miller North.
I met a lot of nice people, a lot of new friends, and the teachers are really nice.
One of the most important things about becoming a foreign exchange student is finding the right host family, a long and time-intensive process.
I signed up with an organization and I had to go through all of this process, like they ask all these questions about yourself, so you have to fill out a lot of questions about yourself, and then they try and match you with your host family. They also answer questions, and you have to make a video about yourself and send in pictures.
You read through all of these applications and you try to find the one that's the best fit. The other information on the applications might say something like, they would ask of the student, are you more messy or more tidy? And so you kind of get an idea of the person, and then you can watch video submissions that they tell you about themselves, and then you try to pick the one that you think would be happiest in your family and would fit best.
Though it is a lengthy process, it is a rewarding experience to find the right match.
The kids who do this tend to be very smart, very kind, very curious and open-minded kids, and so you get to welcome that kind of a person into your home.
One of the ways Chris has gotten involved at Miller North is by participating in cross country.
It's going good, but it's like a lot more than in the Netherlands. I used to play sports 3 times a week, now I play it 6 times. Well, I do it 6 times a week, so that's a big difference, but the people are really nice.
Similarly, another foreign exchange student has gotten involved in other sports here at Miller North.
I'm running cross country and I would like to make swimming and soccer teams. The best part is running cross country, I think, because I'm knowing a lot of people and making new friends.
Though only a few weeks in, Chris and Ayuri are getting acclimated to their new lives and are ready to try new things and meet new people.
I like my Spanish class because I understand everything and I love the teacher.
I really like going to school and like spending the lunches with my friends and going to places.
This has been Jaden Paul and Maritika Mukherjee with the Blue View.
The Miller North softball team has been on the rise in the past 3 years. One of the main components of their success was teammate Macy Riedel. This year, though, she had to have Tommy John surgery, and her role on the team has changed in many ways. I went out to find more about her life-changing injury.
The Miller North softball team has made their mark in the past 3 years as becoming one of the best in the state. Macy Riedel is one of the players who helped lead the team to placing 5th last year, but this year her role on the team is a little different.
I tore a ligament in my elbow and it had to be replaced from one in my leg, and it was caused by overuse and overexertion of my arm and throwing all the time.
Despite being injured and out for the season, Macy has found a way to stay positive through the help of her coaches and her teammates.
She's just a very fun person to be around. She's very funny to me. She's just very open. She doesn't really just not talk to you outside of softball. She always makes her time to talk to you and everything when she sees you in the hallways.
Softball is a huge chunk of my life. It factors into everything that I do. It's a big part of my personality. I love just going out and hitting. It's how I blow off steam and all of that. And it's been a lot more quiet and reserved from it, and haven't been completely myself, but it happens. You lose a big part of your life. And I lost a big part of my life in this, and I don't think you can ever just act like it's normal.
By sitting in the dugout and stepping into her coaching role, Macy has not only learned more about the game itself, but has also become really close with all the JV and reserve players as well.
She really helps me better my skills. She's come to JV practices a few times and really helped me with stuff that I need to work on, and even at games she really helps me settle down. I rush myself too much, and she really just helps me settle down and just do what I know how to do instead of overthinking it.
I love the experience with the girls. Even though I'm only maybe a year or two older than them, they still I get that feeling that they look up to me and look to me and what they're supposed to be doing. They ask me for advice, and I'm I've been playing long enough. I know the game pretty well, and the fact that I used to be a catcher really plays into calling pitches and working with the catchers and pitchers, and kind of leads me into that aspect of the game.
This has been Maddie McGee with the Blue View.
Millard North is utilizing new technology within our school to improve sports practices. Blue View reporter Gabe Miller went in depth to learn about the new wet bulb globe temperature thermometer.
Beginning of a new outdoor fall sports season, Millard has introduced a new system of temperature recording called the wet bulb globe temperature. This new technology allows for precise, accurate measurements of the temperature on the field of play and is intended to make practices for outdoor sports more safe. We discussed this new technology with athletic officials from Millard.
So we actually have Kestrel devices, a Kestrel wet bulb globe temperature or thermostat at each one of our high schools. And so the advantage is you actually go out to the field or court, in the example of a tennis court, and actually take readings and take the measurements right from the field. So where a general is, Channel 7 is a general for the metro area, right? This is very field specific. Grass might measure differently than turf or concrete on the tennis court. So you may have different factors that would say, well, we're better off to practice on grass today rather than turf, or vice versa. So you get a much more accurate reading of the specific sports surface that you're competing on. I think this is a good use of technology, right? And so as we've developed situations with helmets and furthering the technology with helmets and some of the safety elements, this is just another added layer of technology that we're using to benefit our decision making around student participation when heat and humidity is an issue.
The wet bulb is able to modify the way practice occurs for players on outdoor play fields.
We use it to help determine how long our practices need to be, if we need to put restrictions on those practices or not, whether it's safe for that athlete to participate out in the heat for a certain duration or not.
I think it's pretty helpful just because now we don't have to rely on an outside source. We have something that tells us the temperature right where we are.
So we're always looking for ways to maximize student safety, make sure that we know where are the key points of hydration, when should students be participating, when should we reduce participation, whether that be by time or by equipment, with football specifically. So again, I think it's a technology that just aids in student safety.
For the Blue View, this has been Gabe Miller.